Well, Christmas has arrived. It's Christmas Eve. And
exciting.
We've just made our way to the airport. Fantastic taxi drive here. Very quick, very smooth, no problem at all.
Family girl. Recommending.
And we're just hoping now that the rest of the journey runs as smoothly. Very quiet by the looks of things here at the airport. And we'll go and now get through security, make sure that goes all right, and then, well, we'll see you on the rest of the journey.
Bye. I'm hoping to have a new case in England.
We tend to travel very light, so we only have hand luggage. So we're not going to the check-in. As you can see, it seems very quiet here. Hopefully, no problems upstairs when we go to the check-ins. And the security. So we go. And apparently they've changed the rules here that you don't have to take your liquids out of your bag anymore. I believe that's coming into the UK, but not until 2024. But it seems as though they've already implemented it here. And our son Adam was going through here just the other day, and the only thing he had to take out was his laptop. So really good, because though we've got to we've come to the wrong end. We've got to walk all the way down to the other end, but that's okay. We've got plenty of time. We've arrived really early, so I much prefer to do that and have a relaxing journey rather than waiting and coming and not having a very relaxing journey. So we haven't been to the airport very much this year. In years gone by, we've at the airport every other week, it seemed. Certainly every month we would be at the airport, either picking people up or flying out ourselves to different places. But we've not done so much travelling in recent years, but as you perhaps already know, we're now retired, so who knows, we may be doing more travelling. We'll have to wait and see. So at this long corridor that we're walking along, both ends are actually security, because only one of them's open. Well, that's nice to catch up with Kathy. Not seen her for a while. She's someone we've known for forever, really, I suppose.
Seen her hotel.
Yeah, I used to work in her hotel for a time. But that's in another life, and that's for another video. Anita's doing some funny driving. So we're just coming up to the security section now, and I'm going to have to turn the camera off. There seems to be some little queues, but it doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to put the camera. What are you doing?
Well, go.
I think your bag's got a mind of its own. It's much easier to do it like that. So first part is to go through the gates, and then we can get through the security. Well, the security was remarkably simple, straightforward, and very quick. I had to take my computer out, but Anita left all her liquids, all her perfumes and things in her bag, so there was no problem with that at all. And we didn't get stopped. Anita left a belt on, which she normally would take off, but that didn't go beep at all. And so we're now through, and Anita's in the duty-free. Guess what she's doing? Yep, you guessed. She's shopping, so I've just come to sit down, and we'll have a coffee in a moment. Well, Anita's back from her little shopping expedition in the duty-free, and she's got a couple of things, so time for coffee. So, cheers.
Cheers.
And we'll see you in the next leg of the journey.
All very quiet and calm so far.
I can't remember whether this is new or not, but this is now W.H. Smith's. Usually see that in the airports in the UK, but
Meal deals are $7.99.
$7.99 for a meal deal. Can't remember what we paid in the UK. But in the airport, we're just coming through. We've just gone through the duty free, and the shops are open here. Mangoes. Get yourself a new coat. And we're just looking up at our flight, which is to Gatwick, and it says we've got to go to Terminal C, and we'll have the gate in about half an hour or so. So normally we'd be off to Terminal A, but this time of the year they close that. In Samada, Spanish people quite often take one of those and going off to the mainland. Very good breakfast. Pearls. Para Navidad. He wants to get a trolley. So we've got to go this way. Now we've got to walk down to get to the passport control. Hopefully that's straightforward. If you're going back to the UK, then you'll have to get your passport stamped. But because we're residents, we should avoid that. So we'll see how that all works. Looking a little bit busy down this way. People coming in, people going out. I'm going to go on this. But she can't go because she's got a trolley. At the moment, the part that we're going into is Terminal C. So there must be a part of this terminal which is specifically for people like us who are not going through Schengen areas and have to have their passports checked. So if you come in the summer, this is probably a part of the airport you won't actually see. C. Never mind. Gate C these are. 38 to 69 and 71 to 73. But there are lots more shops down here as well, including duty free. Never quite sure whether they're any cheaper. No, this is the part of the airport that's used in the winter time for the British travellers. We'll have to go through a passport control, usually somewhere on the left-hand side. So we'll see. But nice to see that there's lots of shops open, and it's nice to see how busy it is. Goodness. We don't actually know where we're going from yet, do we, of course? Just looking, there's a board over there. 11:30 our flight is due out. to Gatwick. So we just need to find somewhere to park ourselves for a while. Another WH Smith's. I think that's new. Well, it's certainly new to me. I don't remember seeing WH Smith's before. Seem to have taken over the concession for selling newspapers and that sort of things.
Can you sit down somewhere?
Yeah, I'm going to find somewhere down there. Pretty views from here. There's even some aeroplanes. We won't actually be going from here though, that's for sure. But
Do you want to move
find somewhere to sit down. There we go. And just while we're waiting, they've got some model aeroplanes here to have a look at. And this one is a Spitfire, very typical. There's a Corsair. Human Avenger. Cool. Actually all comes from a private collection. A few more over here, just move over. The previous lot were military and these are commercial. Spanish. They've just announced our gate, so we're going to move on. It's gate 62 for us, which sounds like it might be a long walk. But I need to be happy, there's plenty of shops open. Hard Rock Cafe shop there. We have to keep going this way. I think they're sending us round in circles, actually.
Do you recognise this bit of the airport to you?
No, not really. It's just probably part of the airport we don't often come to. You can see things in this part not open because it's not used very much, but the reason we've got to come here is because there is a passport control and we have to go through passport control. So you need to get your TIE card, so I'll get that ready. We're not allowed to film in this bit, so off you go. Well, we just passed the passport control, which was all very simple, no queue at all, not anybody. And they just had a look at our passport. They looked as though they might have been tempted to stamp, but they didn't stamp. We showed them our residence card, so no need to stamp them. Though If you're travelling from the UK, then you will have your passport stamped. You must make sure they stamp it in both directions, so coming in and going out, otherwise you might run into future problems if they think you've overstayed your welcome. So you've got this 90-day rule, which is one of those things that's still under question. The Spanish apparently, or at least in the Canary Islands, want to get rid of the 90-day rule. I'm not sure they're going to have much luck with that, because it's not a Spanish rule, it's a European rule, so we'll see how they go on. Anyway, you can see there's absolutely, well, when we arrived there was not one person here, so we could be the only people on the plane, but I doubt it. British Airways, well, there isn't even a plane here yet, so we've arrived very early, but I prefer to do that. I can sit and relax. And there's no shops here, they're all closed. We were warned of that before we arrived. Anyway, we'll catch up with you a little bit later when we're on the plane. That looks like could be our plane coming in. Still very few people here waiting to get on. Still about an hour at least before we're supposed to take off, so plenty of time for a turnaround. That's that bit done. We've just checked through. Now we have the little walk down to the plane. We didn't actually see how many people got off because they didn't come through our bit. And there's just a little queue now before we actually board. All very smooth. And at the moment everything's on time, so all quite comfortable. Starting to move now. Head down onto the plane.
Beautiful day here, isn't it?
Yes, we're leaving a beautiful sunny day here. Temperatures again around 20 degrees today, so don't know what it's going to be like when we land in London. I'm guessing it's not going to be 20 degrees. Just a little queue now before we actually enter the aeroplane. So we've made our way to our seats, all no problems at all again, all very smooth. And the plane's about, how many seconds?
60%.
About 60% full, so it should be a nice, easy flight to London Gatwick. So actually moving now, the plane's going backwards of course, as we go towards the runway. That's a nice little touch from BA. We get some pretzels, some Harrogate spring water. Nice little touch. So it's off the plane now, and one important stop before we go. Well, here we are in Gatwick Airport, or we've just come through all the security there, passport control. I think we've never been through passport control so quickly. It was the Royal Navy in charge today, and they did a great job. Well, we used the E-gate, no queue whatsoever, and I think for the first time my passport actually worked first time, so straight through and we're out. We just need to wait now for Lara to come and pick us up, so she's probably held up in the traffic. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. So bye for now.
Bye, and happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.